What's up, everyone? Cody Dean here. Wanted to come up and talk to you about quality versus quantity. And before I get into it, a lot of people have been asking me about, hey, how do I make more money online? How can I make multiple streams of income? So I put together a free ebook. You guys can go grab it at codydean.net/income, codydean.net/income. And basically, I detail out all 7 ways that I make money online, and you guys can do it as well. 6 out of the 7 require 0 money up front to do. So you guys can go grab that ebook for free. Just put in your email and I'll email you the ebook. Anyway, I was listening to this audiobook actually, because you can't really listen to an ebook. Anyway, it's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Everyone should go get that book. It is amazing. It's just like, my mind is blown. Anyway, in that, I just wanted to quickly talk to you guys about this, because so many people are worried about being perfect. They're like, I just need to have everything planned out. I need to have everything underlined, and I need to have everything figured out. And the thing is here, guys, like, no one can predict the future. No one's gonna know what happened. No one could have predicted, unless you're Ray Dalio, who apparently back in November made a bet, a $1.5 billion bet, that this market would go down in March of 2020. How he knew that, I don't know, but that's why he's a billionaire, right? Guys, do you know where I'm at right now? Do you know where I'm at? Anyone that's in Utah and Salt Lake City? Anyway, so no one knows what the future holds. And it's really interesting. A lot of my clients, they're like, hey, I have this huge plan. I want to do this, and I just want to make sure everything is perfect. And one thing that I tell all my clients to do, and everyone should be doing as you're trying to build a brand out there, is what's called publishing. And my favorite way to do that is through podcasting. And you guys can go check out my podcast at anchor.fm/Cody Dean. And it's just a way of just connecting with people, right? People can listen to you and start to build a relationship with you through a podcast. And what is really cool is like for me, like an example here, I make these videos, and if I wanted to like really get into the nitty gritty of like just spreading my message out there to the world, is I could post this on YouTube, and then I could transcribe it and put it onto a blog, and then I could rip the audio out and put it onto a podcast, which I usually do. Not every episode, not every live stream do I do that. But again, it's about getting your message out to people and building a relationship with people. But it's really interesting. I tell people, hey, go start a podcast. And they're like, well, I want it to be perfect. What microphone should I use? What lighting should I use? And they just start asking all these things. I was like, no, dude. Just go and do it. Like, just go and do it. Like, you'll figure it out. And they look at me and they're like, Cody, you have this big old studio. And it's like, I didn't start out that way. You have all these lights, and you have this backdrop, and you have this nice microphone. And it's like, yeah, but I didn't start out that way. Anyway, the point of the matter is, again, I digress back to my story about the Atomic Habits, the book. He talks about this class. They were graded on one thing. They were graded on the quality of a picture. And the teacher separated people out into 2 groups. One, they were allowed to pick or take as many pictures as they wanted. This is like a photography class. And they could take as many pictures as they wanted, and then they could pick the one that they wanted and to choose for their one picture to get graded on at the end. There was another group. They were only allowed to take 1 picture the entire time. And that would be what they were graded on. Anyway, moral of the story here is, guess which group did better, or which ones ended up having a better grade at the end. And it was the ones that focused on the quantity. You know, they just took hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures. And the reason why he was able to realize that the reason why these people did better or got better grades is because they just took a ton of pictures and they found out what worked, what didn't. They found out that, you know, like, hey, this lighting is better than this lighting. And they were so focused on just, hey, let's just take as many pictures as we can and then we'll figure out as we go. Whereas the people that were just focusing on the quality, and they're like, they got so hung up on like, hey, let's just make sure everything is perfect, they weren't able to go and make mistakes. So my action step for you guys is fail fast, okay? If it's super inexpensive to fail fast. Fail as fast as you can. Like digital photography now, like you could just take thousands and thousands of pictures. Guys, I'm touching my eye, oh no. Can't touch my face. Anyway, I was gonna show you guys, and one thing while I'm showing you guys this. Oh, opened up the wrong one. So if failing is cheap, you want to fail fast. If failing is expensive, then you want to plan accordingly, right? I'm not just saying like, hey, if you're gonna go build a building, go build it as fast as you can, because you hear those stories of oh, what was it? My Extreme Home Makeover or whatever it is. And the houses are falling apart after a couple of days or a couple of years. And, right, so it's like some things you don't want to fail fast at. But the key here is in life and in business, you want to minimize your expenses down as small as you can. You want to fail fast and you want to fail cheaply. And then you can figure life out. You can figure things out. And a lot of things you don't have to fail at, right? Like a lot of things you can just learn from others. And that's a great way to fail as well, is like you learn from the failures of other people. Anyway, I was going to show you this. These are my little sanitizers that I use. I filled it full of sanitizer. It's 2.5 water, which is acidic, kills stuff. Anyway, I just spray. This is how I clean my phone too. I just go like this, and so I clean my hands. And people think I'm weird, but I don't know. I think it's just a matter of time before we all get sick. So what you gotta do is do the best you can with the knowledge and resources you have. I'm just sitting out here, guys. This is where I work. You may have seen this building before. I don't know. I can't zoom in, but they are doing. Man, I can't even think today. They are doing some screenings right now, so I have to go in there and stand in a line 6 feet apart from everyone, and then if I'm not feeling well, they'll take my temperature and then they'll mark my hand. They mark me just right on my thumb, saying I passed the test, I can go to work. So I'm lucky that I'm still able to work. Even though they suspended my sales job, I'm now doing customer service, which is really, it's mind-boggling. People that don't do sales work so much harder and they get so much less pay, and it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. I'm just like, I can go out and not think as much and not have so much mentally stress on my brain by doing sales. And the only difference really is I have to get rejected. I get rejected like 300-400 times a day doing sales. And now that they've switched me over to doing emails, that's really what I'm doing. I don't even talk to anyone on the phones. I just do emails, and I'm responding to emails and doing refunds and stuff like that. And it's like taxing on my brain. I'm like, oh man, I can't think about this anymore. But anyway, I'm just glad that I still have a job and that I can go to work. And even though they have us all spread apart, 6 feet apart and everything, there's like no one around us. Like we all have our own little social distancing perimeters. Anyway, I gotta go get screened now. But guys, go fail fast, fail cheaply, especially if you guys are in business. You may have this big business idea. You're like, man, it's gonna be perfect, and you're just trying to sort everything together, and you think, man, it's just gonna be perfect, and once I get it all perfect, then I'll launch it. It's like, no. Just go launch it and see if people even want it before you go and build it all and spend a year of your life doing something and finding out, guess what? No one wants what you have. And then again, detach. I've talked about that before. Like, detach yourself from the thing that you created. And again, if you put so much effort into something, you get super attached to it, and you're like, man, I just have to have this quality so high and this thing so perfect, and it makes it really hard to move on. But the thing is, you have to move on. A lot of times you're just like, well, no one wanted that thing, now I need to move on to the next thing, and I need to improve it. Maybe I need to just destroy it, move on. Anyway, I'm digressing, guys, but go out, create your freedom every day, in your mind, in your heart, and go share it with the world. Love you all. Be great. Create your freedom.